practicing techniques. Okay. We tell people the Kiai when we work on our blanket, shine! You know, and then they go into techniques and they have become ninja. We want to be as quiet as we can. And one of the things we have to get our students to understand is that the more noise you make, and your key eyes have to be coordinated with what you're doing. You can't go, or, you know, you've got...
That's a bad bad Chinese movie.
Chinese movie. You have got to coordinate things, okay? And they have to learn to coordinate their key eyes, okay? I mean, when I taught junior high, I was able to do this with, they would drive teachers in the adjoining classrooms crazy. But the kids thought it was so cool to be able to scream at the top of their lungs in class and not get in trouble. Okay, this is easier to do with kids than it is with adults. Okay, but you have got to get them, let me borrow poor Justin. Okay, you have got to get them coming for a hit. Dad! Dad! Wait, Sammy! Okay, now, but you've got to get your key eyes in there. Okay, because it helps your breathing, it helps the technique. Okay. Two things happen when you start key eye. First of all, you tend to do techniques faster. Number two, they tend to be a little sloppier. Okay? Okay. Because they tend to be faster and sloppier, there's a greater risk of injury to, well, not only to me, Tori, but also to the bouquet. Okay? So you have to tell, the thing is, the downside of practicing key eyes when you're doing throws is you have to tell your students to slow down. Okay? It's a natural thing. You start shouting your brains out, you start doing things faster. Okay? And all this weekend, we have been quiet as church mice. Okay? And the mice that have been sitting in the cabinets, if you turn the lights out, you'll see the little eyes underneath. They want to know how we're doing this so quietly. Okay? So what I want you to do now is come out, pick whatever technique you want, tell your bouquet to attack however you wish. I would like you to key eye. This is the hardest thing to get students to do, is to key eye. But it's so important when they're out on the street. The reason you key eye are, number one, to get the air out of your lungs, coordinate it with the air, you're breathing with the technique, to intimidate your attacker, because if you're screaming out at the top of your lungs, they're going to think you're crazy, which is what you want them to think. And three, is going to attract attention, because people want to know where all the screaming is coming from, especially since it isn't making any sense. It must be some really weird person they want to go see having their, what do you call it, fit, epileptic fit or something of that sort, you know. They want to see what's going on. You want to attract people, okay? It has to be part of your self-defense package. Okay. And when you're teaching students, you need to, and I'm just as much at fault here. When you're teaching students, you want to be able to key eye as well as time, because that's part of the effective self-defense skill. Okay, so what we're going to do, got a couple minutes here. I want you to, you're going to come out with a partner. All I want you to do, instead of doing it quietly and talking to, saying kind words to your partner, I want you to key on as you go through the technique. Okay? Again, be careful, slow it down a bit, because there's a natural tendency to speed up. And if you intentionally slow yourself down and you key eye, you should be going at about the same speed. They do compensate for each other. Okay? So we're going to have you try this just just do one throw piece on each other, but I want you to key eye. I just want to know that you can do it. I know you can do it, but I want to see you do it. Okay, so let's get a couple teams, one team out at a time, and I want you to key on going through this.